everybody, welcome back to Red Devils TV. Now, just a quick reminder that this video was way too long than what I actually planned it to be. It ended up being 30 minutes long, and just for the viewers' benefit, I just thought that I'd split it up into two different parts. So this is part one of the video. Enjoy the video. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment and share. Thank you, and enjoy the first part of the video. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Red Devils TV. Now, in today's video, we're going to be talking about players and their last chances. So I just think there's quite a few players in the current United squad which is their last chance. This is their most impactful season, and if they don't do well, then they've got to go, I'm afraid, or their time's up at Manchester United, should I put it. But anyway, I'm also currently away this weekend, so obviously I'm not being a tramp and wearing the same shirt every single day. I'm just recording these on the same day. But anyway, these will just be going out day by day as the weekend goes on, just so so you guys have got your daily content. That's all. So anyway, let's just get right into it. So yeah, but also please, before we start the video, please remember to like, comment, subscribe and share the video. It really helps out the channel. And yes, let's just get right into the video. So like I said, this is an impactful season and a very crucial season for certain players at Man United. And I just think that certain players, like I said, it's their most impactful season. This is their most crucial season, because if they don't do well this season, they're going to have to go. Because with Ten Hag's rebuild and the excitement and the way that the Glazers are panicking, and you just know they're going to help Ten Hag in any way they can to stay in power, you just know that they're in deep shit, to be honest. And you know that I honestly believe the Glazers will back Ten Hag 100% at this point, because of how deep in shit they are. Because the new bids coming in from from the investors, still Sir Jim Ratcliffe is supposed to be wanting to buy the club. So yeah, I might even make a video on that, about the new bids and stuff that are supposed to be coming in for Manchester United. Let me know if you want to see that video. But anyway, yes, I just think that with certain players, either if they get a chance or don't, I just think that certain players are going to have to go. So maybe this is more a video of players that need to go, as well as this is their last chance. But I'll go through the players who I think it's their last chance, the players that are in the first team or on the bench, should I say. So if they don't do well this season, then they're going to have to go. And then I'll go on to talk about the players in the reserves, or players that are just drowning and draining the wage bill, should I say. So anyway, so we're going to be talking about a few players. So first off, we're going to go for a man out who's currently on loan, and I'm going to say Dean Henderson. I just think that unless Dean Henderson keeps Nottingham Forest up because of all the saves he's making, then I'm afraid it's his last chance. I think that, considering he doesn't look like he's going to become Man United's main number one like he wants to. Like, it's tough shit, mate. Like, in life, we all don't get what we want. But at the end of the day, you're at a club, you're a first team club goalkeeper, okay? And you think you deserve to be Manchester United's number one goalkeeper. I've seen some of the mistakes you've made at Nottingham Forest this season. The one that screams out to me is the Spurs one, where you just stood still in between your net and let, I think it was Harry Kane, just slot it in the bottom corner. You did nothing about it. And you think you deserve to be Manchester United's number one goalkeeper. I remember what you did for Sheffield United a few seasons ago, where you were in the player of the when you were in the team of the season for the Premier League because of all the saves you made, how you literally kept Sheffield United up. You did amazing that season. But then you came back to United and challenged De Gea, made your mistakes and was deserved to be dropped. And then you still cry about it like you doing well for Sheffield United is like you winning the Ballon d'Or. It just makes no sense. So for me, this is your last chance to do well, to ever try and fit in a United shirt, and to be in the United shirt you somehow think you belong in. I personally don't think you're good enough to be a Manchester United goalkeeper. So I honestly think you belong at Nottingham Forest. I just don't think you're good enough. I was perfectly happy and accepting of you being our number two goalkeeper, but a number one, not in a million years. But anyway, that's just my opinion on Dean Henderson, which is a bit harsh. So even though I do think that he's an okay goalkeeper. I just think he's nowhere near the quality of goalkeeper Manchester United need, and that's why I said I think that he would have been the perfect number 2, should I say. But anyway, right back position, we're going to go for Wan-Bissaka. Now, Wan-Bissaka isn't being played, so that's where the issue is. We had an offer come for him in the summer, but apparently it was nowhere near the price United paid for him, so they didn't want to lose too much out on money. So that's why he didn't leave. And they were even looking at a loan deal to Crystal Palace, and that didn't even happen. So, Wan-Bissaka, you're pretty much... I think just Wan-Bissaka has to go, to be honest. So I'll skip the players that aren't playing. I said I'd do them last, so apologies about talking about Wan-Bissaka. But I think Wan-Bissaka's just a clear and obvious one, to be honest, even though he's on the bench and stuff. But anyway, so yeah, we'll go on to the players who it's their crucial last seasons. I'll go for the obvious one at centre back, obviously Harry Maguire. I just think that Harry Maguire just needs to have a good season. I just think with the fans constantly on his back, the things that have come out about him over the last few days, with the reports and everything, it's just a disgrace, to be honest. So for me as a whole, I just think that my opinion on Harry Maguire is that he's not a true captain. Even though he is the club captain, he's not a true captain. From the quotes that have come out about him over the last 24 to 48 hours, it's just sickening, it's embarrassing. You're supposed to be Manchester United's club captain, and you don't take responsibility for your own poor performances. And it's just sad to see. And yes, you don't deserve the abuse you get on social media. It's disgusting what Harry Maguire receives. No person, no footballer, no matter how good or bad they are, should receive the hate Harry Maguire gets, okay? He's not a very good footballer, that's known. But he doesn't deserve what the hate he gets, to be honest, is what I'm trying to say. So, obviously, Harry Maguire is seen as one of England's best centre-backs somehow. And I think he does work in an England setup because he's covered and he is helped out in a back 5 or a back 6, whatever you want to call it. And I just think that unless he's properly secured, he can't play in a back 2 is what I'm trying to say. He can't play with another centre-back and 2 full-backs. He just can't do it. I just think that he needs more cover. I think he needs, honestly, maybe if Ten Hag played a 5-back, which isn't the Ten Hag way, if Ten Hag played Martinez, Varane and Maguire, maybe he'd work in that system, but then you're losing a player out in midfield or you're losing a player out in the forward position, and it's just not worth it. And it's obviously, like I said, it's not the Ten Hag way to be playing that type of football. But no, Harry Maguire, all you need to do is look in the mirror and just focus on your game and just try and shield out the hate you get, because every footballer gets it. Even people who aren't footballers get it. People on social media get it. It happens every single day. Social media is a dangerous and horrible place at times. But I'll read the quotes what have come out about Harry Maguire. They're from Mark Ogden, okay, from ESPN. But it's talking about how sources close to Harry Maguire are talking about how Harry Maguire has been technically done over. This is the person talking. That he has been done over by the poor coaching at Manchester United and certain players in the squad who don't listen to Harry Maguire. David De Gea is amongst one of them players because he doesn't listen to Maguire's commands as captain. Now, me reading that makes me a bit sick and a bit disappointed as well. I wouldn't say sick, I'd say disappointed. Because like I said, Harry Maguire is supposed to be our captain. He's supposed to be our leader. He's supposed to be the player who takes responsibility. I remember seeing numerous times last season when De Gea wasn't even our captain, but our player of the year, going after a loss in a match, he'd be the one doing the interviews. Harry Maguire was nowhere to be seen because all Harry Maguire did was just like, it's a disappointing day, but we bounce back, we'll go again, this and this. And that's what the fans got pissed off at you for. Like, we don't care if you're shit. Like, we don't care about that. But at the end of the day, you've just got to buy a mirror and you've just got to look at yourself long and hard and just accept that you're not very fast, but you can use that to your advantage. You can use that disadvantage and turn it into an advantage by actually learning how to play an offside trap, actually using your strength and aerial ability as an advantage, where instead of actually trying to blister a pace where you go on the edge of the box for a corner and then you run into it and then try and jump the ball, why don't you shuffle your feet and then bully players with your strength and then just jump up and hit it on target? Like, I just think that you could become a very good player. But for the age you are, at being 29, you can't develop blistering sprint speed. So you've just got to adapt your game or move on. And I've gone on a bit of a tangent about Harry Maguire. I don't want to hate him because I don't want to hate any player because they're a Manchester United player at the end of the day. But with players that are poor performing need to be called out. But that's all I have to say about Harry Maguire. Left back, I'm going to go for 3 players actually, which is a bit of a surprise. Now thinking about it, it's got to be Alex Telles, Luke Shaw and Brandon Williams. So Brandon Williams, not too much. I should mention Brandon Williams at the end, to be honest, so we'll scrap Brandon Williams, I'll mention him later. But Alex Telles is currently out on loan to Sevilla, so I think that he needs to have a very good loan spell to come back and either become the second choice left back or make enough money for us to sell him on, to be honest. But I think he'll get sold on because Ten Hag obviously agreed for him to go out on loan. But who knows? Alex Telles is 29, 30. So he's a player that United don't need. So I think that he just needs to have a very good loan spell to come back to United and actually try to be our team left back. So that's just my thoughts. Luke Shaw, I think he's got to have a great season. This is his last chance, like as the video says. This is Luke Shaw's last chance to actually stay as a United player, because I think he's been here far too long now. How long has he been here now? Did he come in? It wasn't 2013, was it? He's been here for a while though. How long has Luke Shaw been at United? I want to know that actually. I'm going to put it here when Luke Shaw actually came to United, but for some reason I want to say 2014 to 2015, because I remember he came from Southampton, but I don't know. But I just remember that injury ruined Luke Shaw, and he just hasn't been the same player since. And what Jose Mourinho said, where he's just not a good fullback, maybe he's right. And a lot of things have come out about what Jose Mourinho said when he was at Manchester United that have turned out to be true. Like the likes of Rashford not being a striker. Paul Pogba isn't right for Manchester United, even though Mourinho got it was the one that bought Paul Pogba. Luke Shaw, Anthony Martial being lazy. Now, personally, Jose Mourinho didn't end his tenure at Manchester United in a good way. He fell out with a lot of the players, and his time to go was the right time. But you do think about things that certain managers have said, certain players have said, and certain critics have said, and you just constantly think about certain players like Luke Shaw, for example, because how could a player of his quality, who was being talked about one of the best fullbacks in the world, in the Euros, was it last year? Yeah, last season, and he's gone shit. So I just don't understand how a player of his quality has changed so much in over a year. It just makes no sense. Like, that Brentford goal really wound me up, because Luke Shaw was relatively quick, but he got left for dead by stepping up too forward. And I see Luke Shaw doing this way too much when he plays. He goes way too far forward and doesn't have the pace to get back. That's why I like Malacia so much, because even though he goes very far forward, he has the pace to get back and recover his position. That's why the modern fullback now has to be attacking and has to be very pacey. So I don't know what's going to happen with Luke Shaw. I just think he has to have a crucial season if he wants to stay at Manchester.